right, Jazz. What do you got?
According to the latest, the comm spike is being developed at UC Star Station SY920. Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jimson. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements. All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Juan Dayu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight. If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
In that case, I think I'll just wave hello.
Premium smuggling routes?
Definitely. We're talking cargo depots, star yards, research stations, and, like in SY920's case, military outposts. I've never seen someone new to the game have so many contacts. It's the reason we let her join up in the first place. I don't know how she accomplished that. We've been trying to crack some of those places for years.
Should I expect any trouble?
You're in the fleet. You should always expect trouble. As far as Juan goes, even though she's one of our newer contacts, you shouldn't have any problems dealing with her.
Sounds like she'll be useful.
I sure hope so. But she might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it.
If it's in the prototype phase, how do we know that it's going to work?
We paid good money for the information, so I'm sure it works. And if it doesn't, a certain source at Mast is going to have to deal with a very pissed off Neva, and that would be the end of that. You just bring the tech here, I'll do the rest.
Oh, and one more thing. SY920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops, and we both know those idiots don't mess around. If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it.
How will Juan get me inside the station?
She's got the clout to get you in the front door. They're gonna think you're part of a regular supply delivery. Beyond that, you and Juan are gonna have to put your heads together and come up with a plan.
I don't care if I shoot my way through the...
Are you kidding? The UC's already painted giant red crosshairs on our backs. Keyway and his pals at SysDef won't rest until we're dead. It's not like you can make them any angrier at us, right? Shoot the place full of holes if you want. Just bring back that comm spike.
Understood.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Oh, okay. You'll make sure. More like, get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you, get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that comm spike in your cargo bay.
If one asks why we need to comm spike, what do I tell her?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better.
What can you tell me about Juan?
The Crimson Fleet made contact with her about a year ago. We were searching for a smuggling connection in UC space, and her name kept popping up repeatedly, so I decided to put her to the test. Not only did she pass, but the results were off the charts. Made us both a ton of credits. That was good enough for me. Beyond that, I don't know much about her. But hey, as long as she keeps my gal bank account humming, she can keep all the secrets she wants. Good luck.
I take it your neighbor's new recruit?
And you must be the smuggler.
Careful, the walls have ears. SY920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Neva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions.
I do have conditions. My assistant will provide you with a list.
Huh. Neva warned me you were difficult. Clearly I didn't understand what she meant, but I do now. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option.
At least you're upfront about it. I've worked with folks who stay,
Well, at least you're upfront about it. I've worked with folks who'll say they got your back and leave you holding them back.
Exactly. Telling you now will prepare you for what's to come. There's no safety net on this climb. In any case, when you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY920, you can't come and go as you please.
I'd like to know who I'm working with. Can you tell me more about yourself?
I'd like to, but I need to keep a low profile. In my experience, the more people know about you, the more they have over you.
It will help with the mission to know each other's strengths and weaknesses.
True, but silence is a powerful thing. I find the best way to get to know someone is to watch them work. Talking just muddies the picture. Anyways, I appreciate the small talk. Delgado's crew aren't usually so chatty. But let's keep our focus on the mission. We can swap bar stories and share scars when we've got enough creds to buy the bar and fix the scars.
How often do you dock at the station?
Enough to be on a first-name basis with the Marines working the comps. It also helps they want us to dock. A cargo ship means supplies, special requests, slates from home. In the void of space, a cargo hauler is a soldier's best friend.
How much do you know about the job?
Only what I've been told. Get you on the SY920, get you out if I can. That being said, I can be a better guide if I know what it is we're after. So, it's up to you.
Neva said you don't need to know the details.
Fine by me. If this goes bad, the less I know, the better. And if I do get caught, there'll be nothing to confess to.
Alright.
We'll talk more on the ship.
Hello.
Alright, a few things to note. When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to.
I'll be as silent as a crate of tissues.
Good. Say nothing and let their minds fill in the gaps.
Got it. Keep to ourselves, blend in, and shut the hell up unless spoken to.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. My job will be to put you in a situation where no one even knows you're there. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Alright, then get comfortable. We leave for SY920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff.
Where do I sit? Where do I sit?
Grabbing power to engine and crab drive. All systems go.
We'll graph jump the SY920 from here. Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure. You can take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu, cargo class ship ID UC 793A, requesting permission to dock.
Identity confirmed. Prepare your ship for scanning. You're cleared to dock at docking bay 2.
Looks like we're clear. We'll talk more once we're docked. Okay, we're in. First things first. The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone.
But if I get stuck, is there any way to reach you?
Provided you haven't sounded the alarm, then yeah, like I said, if you can find an intercom, I'll keep a channel open.
What's this about vents?
This is a star station, so there are plenty of ventilation ducts you can slither into. As far as tactics go, it's an oldie, but goodie.
Hope you got that grav drive ready then.
Very funny. But if you do get into trouble, try and use that quick wit to your advantage. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Yes.
Alright, let's go.
Captain Laura, it is pleasant
You with the Jade
to
Swan?
see you.
Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks.
Yes, ma'am.
I've heard the technology in this station. Yes,
This is Captain Huan Daiyu,
I'm in the cargo bay, just checking in.
and you found the intercom. That's a start. If I'm not mistaken, the maintenance door should be in front of you. If you can find a way to open it, it'll get you past the first checkpoint.
Is there any other way to get a key?
Try eavesdropping on a few soldiers. Maybe one of them will mention a key.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm not worried. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Anyway, the door will let you access the vents. Go up the vents and to the barracks. You should find a uniform there. The uniform should get you through the checkpoint and to the elevators. We'll talk again once you get to the command bay.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
You seen Elijah? Probably downstairs searching for his maintenance key. I feel sorry for the guy.
He'd lose his own thumb if it weren't attached to the knuckle.
I mean, honestly, are we sure?
I've heard the engineers say Dr. Vogel is an AI. I guess that's their way of saying he's smart. Boring.
Excuse me.
Oh. Well, this is embarrassing. I seem to have lost my key to the maintenance room again.
Have you checked your... where haven't you looked?
I've covered pretty much every inch of this place, except for the forklift. But that one guard, the one I owe credits to, is parked right there, so I'd rather not go there.
Alright. Excuse me.
Something I can help you with?
There's a hauler over there who wants to talk to you.
Elijah? Probably lost the hair on the back of his head. I'll go see what it's about.
Thank you. key. Okay, now where would
Wait, you know that's not ours.
okay, let me just expert lock. Okay, let's see here. Already screwed up with them. Okay, maybe if I can do this and do this. Three of them. Bingo. Find an intercom.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu.
I'm headed to command bay.
Good. And no alarms or warnings on the comms. Music to my ears. If you found a uniform, be sure to put it on. That'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code.
I'm dehydrated and malnourished again.
We can always use the vents. On a station this big, there's lots of ways to sneak through.
I concur. I've never been one for remembering codes anyway. Just remember to step lightly and keep your heartbeat slow. Going dark for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
Okay. Let me save real quick.
Security station, then head on over to the archives.
Well, you better hurry. You know what they say, Marine.
Need your clearance code, Marine.
I must have gotten turned around.
I'll say. You might want to track down your commanding officer and have him clarify your post. Maybe they'll draw you a map.
Yeah, right. My bad.
I don't know, you ensign. You sure you have clearance?
Everything, going good?
Yeah. Everything's great. Let me just... Oh wait, no, exit. want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Need your clearance code, Marine.
There you go. I've got a code.
All right, Ensign. Let's hear it.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, Ensign. Code doesn't match.
What the hell was my code?
Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign. Let's hear it. Sorry, Ensign. Code doesn't match.
God damn it.
Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign. Let's hear it. Sorry, Ensign. Code doesn't match. Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign. Let's hear it. Sorry, Ensign. Code doesn't match.
Are you kidding me? Is this the last one?
Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign. Let's hear it. You're clear, Ensign Zaremi. I assume the two of you are together?
Yeah, we're part of the same unit.
Then you're both clear.
Jeez.
Commander Natara, test flights for the latest prototypes are ready to go.
Let me see. I go back. Okay, I go back.
Dr. Vogel has put in a request for more personnel. It seems there was an accident.
There's always something with that doctor.
Not to change the subject, but are we concerned about potential leaks?
No. Until you can provide more substantial proof.
Okay.
Daiyu here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly.
But I'm your cargo.
You are, and I've delivered you just as Delgado asked. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that.
Any parting advice?
I don't know what you're after, but my guess is you're looking for a scientist. It might even help if you pick up a lab coat and use it to blend in.
Don't worry about me. I'm the best there is.
I like the confidence. Either way, you're going to get your chance to prove it. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
We need a lab coat.
I've heard the team is looking for more test pilots.
I don't recognize your face, Ensign. Are you new?
Intercepting transponder data in the Alpha system might be promising. According to autocorrelation models, results in risk increased by a magnitude of 2. But we won't tell Commander Natar. What she doesn't know won't kill her.
Hello.
Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign?
I'm doing a routine check on the comm spike. I need access to the device.
Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the comm spike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology.
Decryption on that level has a vast military applications. No wonder you seem interested in it.
Yes, it's not quite cracking the Enigma code, but it will give us a significant tactical advantage. We'll be able to infer everything from battle plans to meal consumption. Not that we'd care about that sort of thing, outside of the effects of diet on combat readiness. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure.
I'd be a good pilot. I love adventure.
Yes, it's not the destination, but the journey that matters. Particularly when the destination is death. But don't worry. We've corrected the problem with the ship's life support systems, and statistical models show a failure rate of less than 2%. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to MAST.
I'm one of those new test pilots, actually.
Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious.
You don't have time for this. I was told it was an emergency.
We don't. Fuck. But if an unqualified pilot were to run a test, we could have even bigger problems down the line.
Let's...
I see. It would have been nice if they kept me in the loop. I am the project lead, after all. That is true. Ah, yes. The wheels of bureaucracy tend to have corners. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world if we cut them. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new test pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Natara's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area, the password you get from me. You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now I need,
Are you training for some sort of
pilot uniform? Explorer adventure hat, first officer. Which one was it? Ah, this one. Pilot suit. There we go.
weightlifting competition?
Come on back, I'll take that. Where do I go?
Yes, what?
This looks like it. Requires a key.
Reporting for duty, pilot?
I've got a test flight coming up.
Access granted. Be sure to head to the control center and schedule the flight. And good luck.
Hello.
Pilot. Word is Commander Woods might be coming back.
Maybe that'll put an end to all these checkpoints.
Alright. Steal a ship.
Prototype ship, you are cleared for takeoff. We'll begin the test on your departure. Recording test flight data. Please adhere to the scheduled flight plan and let us know if you have any issues.
Normally, pirates don't need to brag about their accomplishments.
Certainly. Let's talk about something else. How did the Crimson Scar become the Crimson Fleet?
After I busted out of the lock, I decided to take things to the next level. I had the key, a few UC ships, and a couple dozen ex-cons at my side. But I needed more, so I sent out the call. Once word got around, it didn't take long for freelance pirates from every corner of the settled systems to show up.
And this is how the Crimson Fleet was born.
Exactly. The key became our base of operations. We spent months reinforcing our position there, making it nearly impossible to approach.
What was the UC's response to the situation?
First of all, UC Security gave up and handed the reins over to the big guns, the UC Navy. The Navy, in turn, sent ships to attack the key. I'd say there have been 3 major attacks over the last few years. And as you can tell by the fact we're having this interview, all the attacks were embarrassing failures.
Do you feel these embarrassing failures led them to form UC Systems?
Absolutely. They've clearly given up and decided to shove the responsibility onto a separate division. That way, in the public eye, the UC Navy can move forward, proud and strong, while UC SysDef continually takes all the blame. It's all about PR spin for them, Gale. That's how the UC operates. Kinda disgusting, don't you think?
Sounds a bit like you're trying to deflect attention off the atrocities the Crimson Fleet commits on a daily basis.
Atrocities, huh? How about fighting the Freestar Collective over a bunch of rocks hanging in space? How about thousands of people dying while a bunch of pencil-pushing bastards sit in a cushy office and draw lines on a star map? Maybe the United Colonies should stop the bullshit and take a hard look in the mirror to see who the monsters really are.
Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet.
Neva vouch for me?
Surprise? Neva talks tough, and frankly, she is tough. But she's not a machine.
I couldn't have done it without you.
I I won't deny I helped. Let's hope the compensation reflects that, huh? Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike.
Did Delgado clue you in on a comp spike?
Yeah, although I get why you didn't give me the details. If I had known this was about the legacy, I might have asked for a bigger cut.
Crix's legacy is good as ours.
Sounds like you're on board as a true believer. I have to admit, the way things are going, I'm starting to believe myself.
Assuming we even get a cut. I'm still not convinced.
Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
Alright.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the comm spike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
The comp spike was built into the ship, so I didn't really have a choice.
Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comm spike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right, that leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
I know the city well, so that should help.
Perfect. That means you know how to handle the locals on Neon, which gives you a head start. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward we all split the cash.
I trust you aren't implying anything with that comment.
You'll find I rarely imply things. In fact, I take pleasure in declaring my words straight to your goddamn face. Here is an example. I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Are we pirates or politicians? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
If I wanted someone to commit petty crimes and snatch purses, I wouldn't be asking you. Take it as a compliment.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Savage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crix's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Alright, proceed to UC Vigilance.
Operations does good work. If any fleet are setting up outposts out there.
The commander appreciates the sacrifice you've made. Nice work. Let me take a look. Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a 6-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Find anything else? Let me know if you need anything else.
You have permission to speak freely. It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
Even if it was a UC station, I thought it best not to hurt anyone.
And on behalf of the United Colonies and Commander Natara, I thank you.
I am so happy to be helping out the UC. Hooray!
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report.
Cargo ship captain named Juanta you helped me get on the station. Will you be arresting her?
That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands once we complete your debriefing, but at the moment, I'm far more concerned about the comm spike.
What do you mean time is short?
With the acquisition of the comm spike, the fleet is one step closer to Crix's legacy. And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the comm spike.
Elgato has Jasmine Durand working on the comm spike.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem?
He believes Gennardine's conduction grid in Neon is the key.
The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake.
Aren't you concerned that the fleet is getting closer to Crix's legacy?
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk.
I'm pleased they're finally taking you seriously.
It's long overdue. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
Alright, and with this, I'm gonna end this episode right here. Like, subscribe, share, and comment if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everybody.